There you go. There was your 60 seconds of furry content. Okay, that was a dumb joke. Anyways, hello. We're doing something different besides Playdate. Oh my god. So to kind of briefly explain what we're doing today. So I've been working on a game prior to all the Playdate stuff, prior to me even doing any live streams. I had been working on a game called Indexing Your Heart, which was a witness-like puzzle game with some story elements in it. This is an older screen recording of one of the older areas. I haven't touched this in like 5 months. And so the goal for you is to learn this conlang, or constructed language, that I had designed. And you also get some bits of lore and whatnot inside of this. Now, here's the thing. When I started this game, I was using the Godot engine, but I was using the Kotlin language. Then it moved to C#, then GD script, and then back to C#. It was a weird thing. At that time, there was no real code being written, mind you. I think I was only working on dialogue at that point. And then after that, I took a hiatus and decided, okay, you know what? We're gonna redo this project in Swift for Apple devices using SprayKit. So we did that. Prototype came out. Wasn't particularly great. So I was like, I mean, we could try making this better. Ugh, memory leak issues. That was not fun. I'll tell you this much. To anybody that tells you that SprayKit's still viable, that thing's on frickin' life support, okay? Life support. Anyway, and so around June, July, so around this time of last year, Miguel, the same guy that did Xamarin, I think he did Mono, GNOME, did a whole bunch of stuff in the C# space and whatnot. Also released at that time a binding for Swift with Godot. So you could write Swift code and it would load as a native extension inside of Godot. So you could write your game scripts using Swift and then just use it inside of Godot. And so for poops and giggles, I tried it. Next thing you know, the whole project's ported over to Godot and Swift. And I think that project completed around October, November. And then I just hadn't touched it after that. Come this year, I'm now using Windows, and that's not really easy to accomplish. So what you're about to witness is me trying to fumble around, trying to port the existing game code over from Swift to C# again via .NET. Yeah. At this point, we're just switching game engines and languages out like it's a classic party trick. Cool. This time it's slightly different because we're also going to be updating some systems in here. One of them being dialogue, because the previous dialogue format wasn't very easy to work with. I mean, it was easy to work with if you used the Swift library. If you didn't use the Swift library, it was kind of really hard to write. I mean, you could use Markdown to write it and then convert it into that format, but I'm approaching this with a new version 3, where it's going to be as easy to read as it is to write. No weird fuddles around. Get a little cuddly with that. For those of you that have been watching the Playdate streams, I'm sure you know where that's going. So, we're coming back to that. So today I want to tackle the dialogue. at least get something up and running to read and write these types of files. And then hopefully later down the line we can actually start doing some of the other some of the other major components to this, such as the puzzle mechanics, player movement, all that sort of stuff. Player movement I think will be really easy because that one I think is just a couple classes that you have to write up. A lot of the stuff will also be probably trivial, but I think dialogue will probably be one of the trickier ones because, again, the new format that we're going to be using. So, just without further ado, I'll hop into this. And yes, on the previous streams you had been seeing me use NeoVim because that was just the easiest way to get that set up, and I just don't like using VS Code. It's a good editor. I just don't need 30 copies of Chrome open. So today we're using Visual Studio proper, as you could probably tell. It's themed slightly differently because I'm using the same color scheme as my NeoVim environment, because it actually is a really nice color scheme. I actually quite like it. But we'll see how this goes. So I did set up because I just wanted to make sure that I could even get this to work correctly, because I'm not used to how C# projects and solutions work as well as I do Xcode projects and Swift packages. So I did write up some basic things. So we do have this Jensen.net, which is going to be where we actually write our code for the project itself, or for the dialogue library, and then unit tests, because I want to make sure that we're writing unit tests for this. Although, I don't know why, but the Test Explorer wasn't available when I did this for the first time. Like, I had to go in here to, what was it? View? And then open up Test Explorer. Why is this hidden by default? I don't know. Maybe people just don't write unit tests with Visual Studio? That'd be kind of weird. Hey, you do you. So we have a very basic setup, and then this is the actual thing that links into Godot, as you can see from here. We're not touching that yet. Now, as you're probably wondering, what is this new format going to look like? Well, let me show you. First, I need to pull up a break card, though, because I don't need everybody to be seeing my photos as I do this. Because that would be rather embarrassing. A screenshot is in here somewhere. Is there a way that I can hide this bar down below? Or... now I can hide that. What is this? Edit with external program. No. There's event to cover. Can I just hide this? Okay, I apparently do not know how this program works. Even though I've only used it for a week. So let me just open this up in regular... oh, that's not helpful. Why would that ever be helpful? I just want to hide this. Okay, you know what? We'll do that. We'll make them really tiny. And then just hide the library panel. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Sorry about that. Kind of mildly annoying. Okay, here we go. This is what we're looking at. And yes, this was, I had thought about this version 3 stuff even prior to the whole Windows thing. So I'm hoping to use some CUDL-based solution where you just kind of simply write things out. Keep some of the same elements as Jensen v1 and v2 with like, oh, support for defining story metadata. And then anyway, adding in like narration, and then each event is considered a node, and then we just supply arguments and whatnot. The thing is, I do not know how we're gonna do enums with like associated values, because I know that's a thing you can do with Swift, but C# it's a little bit funky. I don't know. But I know this for sure. We're definitely going to want to make sure that we have some underlying infrastructure to make sure that we can actually read things. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna put this over here. I don't think I really need to be seeing my camera screen so much. I think I'll just put it right here, because I need to be able to reference this while we're working on it. Yeah, cool. So I think what we're gonna do is, let's first start by, I'm gonna write out a first unit test. Close all that out. Where do you go to? Do we need to go here? File, new? File? Or I guess Control N, I guess. C# class, open. Where did this save to? I don't think it. You can tell I have, oh, here we go. Add new item, Control-Shift-A, that's what I need. Okay, cool. And then this will be our Jensen reader. Internal class. Oh, good job, me. Right, we need to do that. Internal class, Jensen reader tests. I just want to make sure. Public class, so we need to make this public. Fine. Be that way. All right, do I need to annotate it with anything? No. So just get rid of all this junk. Using XUnit, and then using Jensen.net. Like that? Yeah. Okay. And then under here, I don't know why these are separate. Why are these? Okay, that was weird. So then I need to write a public void do I just write test? Example tests? Yeah, okay, fine. Test, empty file, no parse, I suppose. And then we just need to mark this as a fact. Okay, great. Jensen reader, thank you. Reader is new. Supply an empty string. And then we're just going to say assert throws. What do you want? Yeah, I know. Reader.parse. And I think that's it. Okay. So now let's do this again. Control-Shift-A. That's what I need to do? Okay. Whoop. Okay, here we go. We're just going to do a Jensen reader.cs. This time we want to make this public. Oh, right, we don't use var here. We use string source contents. And then Jensen reader string source contents. Okay. This autofill is very interesting. It's almost like it knows exactly what I want to do. It's probably some Copilot AI thing. This is inaccessible due to its... Oh, because I need to mark this public. Right? Yes, okay. And then we need to define a public... I guess for now, we're just going to do this. Parse. We're not using any of this. Okay. Cool. Jensen reader. Do I need to mark this as throwing? This is a good question. You can tell that I haven't written C# in a while. Go to my thing here. I should have had this open to begin with, but whatever. C# mark method as throwing. Oh, you just don't annotate it. Oh. Okay. Jensen reader does not, because it's parsed with a capital P. Verifies the type argument cannot be inferred. Try specifying. Do I need to specify an error? Create and throw exceptions. Okay, define exception classes. That is what we're going to need. Okay, fine. So let's do that. We're going. What is compact view? Oh. Take that for now. Jensen reader exception .cs. Just gonna delete everything for now. So we need to just say that this is serializable, and then public class Jensen reader exception like this. public Jensen reader exception. Okay. Public string message. And then I can just, oh, is this how you do? That's kind of cool, but also kind of funky. Fine, we'll stick with that. Cannot convert from void to what do you want? Verifies that the loading suggestions object value is assert throws. Why do we want to do that? The type arguments for method cannot be inferred from usage. Show me examples. Maybe I'm just not using this correctly. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Jensen reader exception for now. And then we do a lambda new. Oh, reader is not null here. System type, system func, maybe? So you do that, okay. Type of Jensen reader exception. Ah! Oh, wait, no. You're saying that we're good. We got it. Eventually. Okay. So we got that. So I guess we can say what if throw new Jensen reader exception. We're going to supply a message. File is empty or null. So I bet if I were to run this, we should now be able to see that this succeeds. once it builds. Nice, it passed. That's exactly what we want. I wonder, does it make more sense to maybe move it to the bottom like that? Yeah, that helps, I think. I mean, I don't like it this way, but you know, it works. Okay, well, I'm gonna delete these files then. Empty file is this, and then what is the message? File is empty or null. Cannot implicitly convert void to object. Show me examples again. Do I not understand how this works? Expected exception type, right? That's what we did. Validator. Guessing maybe, oh, I see, it returns some sort of value. I don't think this one does it? Line collection, non-generic, copy to lower zero bound, throw type. Oh, where do you get that? That's weird. Type of object disposed exception. Show potential fixes. That makes no sense whatsoever. So I'm kind of surprised that the documentation isn't showing up when we do this. Assert throws, delegate. Do I need to do delegate instead? And then just do that. Not all code paths return an anonymous method. Because this doesn't return a freaking thing yet. Duh. Oh, brother. X unit throws. Oh. So the first way here is right. var exception is this, and then assert dot equals exception dot empty file to the exception. There we go. Okay. Why is this also grayed out? Is this not actually needed? Maybe that's not needed. What? Get out of here. I refuse to believe this. Test empty. Values differ. File is empty or null. What? They should be the same. Okay, yeah, I think it makes more sense to have the tests down here instead. Oh, okay, now we have it pop out like that. Okay. Assert. Those look the same to me. Oh. It's probably comparing the actual object types, not the messages. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we are getting somewhere. I guess we don't even need to do this then, huh? File is empty or null. Ooh, hold on a second. I'm getting a chill breeze here. Joys of AC. Okay, cool. So I guess we can write the next test then. Fact, public void test file missing header, no parse. Right? Assert throws Jensen reader exception. Oh, I can do that? I don't need to write the full lambda? Thank you, I very much prefer that. It's probably like an auto closer or something. Assert equal. File has no Jensen header. Exception dot message. So I guess here we just need to put some garbage data, because otherwise it's going to fall into this case. So let's run it again. Okay, yeah, no exception was thrown. Cool. So back to the reader. Cuddle document. Okay, this is where I need to look up the documentation, which is why I brought this up. So How do we do this? Using file open read, cuddle document. Okay, got it. Cuddle document. Document. Yep. This is probably going to scream as nullable. Do I just say like this? Nullable? No? Do I mark this with a question mark? Yes. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Document is what now? Reader. New cuddle reader. Okay. Cuddle reader. Reader is new cuddle reader. Pretty print. Pretty print is not null here. Oh. Don't mind me. Cuddle reader options dot. Does that actually work? I'd be surprised. Yeah, and it returns back our document. Okay. Actually, I don't think we need to store the document here, do we? No. We can just say cuddle document. Document is this. Right. So then here, to cuddle string, right. Okay. Reader parse. Okay, yeah, I see here. So the question is, what do we get out of it? Custom type annotations? No, I don't need those. I want to know what we can do with this. Document dot nodes. Ah, okay. Here we go. Now we can say if document dot nodes dot count is 0, or document nodes. Can we do map? Count. I feel stupid. C# map. Or maybe, do I need to use link? Language integrated query. Yeah, let's try that. Where did we go? Okay, you know what? Just get out of here. Thank you. Using system link. Okay. I just want to try this. Document nodes dot select many node dot identifier. Yo, let's go. Cool. Okay. Now if document is dot nodes dot count is 0, or document nodes select many node dot name, no identifier, contains I mean, I guess what we can probably do is this document.nodes dot select many. Node dot identifier do I just need to create the query? Okay, hold up. We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out. I didn't mean to open you. For Jensen node query is from node in document.nodes where node.identifier is Jensen, okay, select node. It's like SQL. Cool. Now, if Jensen node query dot count is 0, then here we will throw a new Jensen reader exception of something. What was the exception we wrote? File has no Jensen header? File has no Jensen header. Operator cannot be applied. That would help. Okay, I guess let it rip. Okay, cool. I really should probably have these as constant strings though. So I think we can utilize this. Possibly. Public static var, no, string empty message is this public static string missing header is this, right? So then we can just copy the contents of this. And then reference them here. So that way we're not having to rewrite the same things. Okay. So then in this piece of code, we can just right? Jensen reader exception dot empty message, and then here, I don't mean to do that. Jensen reader exception dot missing header exception dot message. Yeah, that's cleaner. That's cleaner. I can go with that. Cool. Well, I mean, that one was supposed to be an empty file, but here we are. Okay. There are probably better C#y ways to do this, but we can work with this. Yeah, cool. So let me just commit what we have here real quick. Do I really need all this space just for that, or can I just move the git thing down here? That works, I suppose. Okay. Add everything. Git add ignored file to source control. Why is this ignored? What? Load changes. Oh, this is for the wrong repo. Staged files, yes. What happened to the others? I need to look at the git ignore. Something does not seem right. I think .cs is being ignored for some reason. Let's go figure out why that is. Must have goofed up. RS user prefs bin obj logs test results I.c. Ah, it's this line. Okay, I see. Oh yeah, I should mention that we're tracking some of this using this. So we want IOH 45? Yes. IOH 45. Yeah. I'm just gonna push that. Doing great so far. I don't think I set up the repo to point to U track now instead of linear. Oh well, that's not a problem. Okay, cool. I do kind of like that though. I'm sure there are probably other ways that you could do this, but that's kind of cool. No more coffee. It's fine. It's probably where I should be cutting off the caffeine anyway. I must go grab a drink, so I will be right back then. So I could either put it on break screen or bring the puppy back up. Break screen. Alright, I'll be back. We're back. I wonder, does the camera look better if I do it this way? Kinda. If I do it more like there. I actually kind of like that. Looks kind of cool. Yeah. All right. This works. Okay. I want to grab more drink. So, where were we? Yes, you. What were we doing? Ow. That was stupid of me. Okay, so I imagine at this time we're gonna also need to write some models. So let's do this. Add new folder. Models. I don't know what's up with that, but fine. Add new item here. We're gonna call this, well, we should probably start with the Jensen story class first. I guess in this case we can use a public record, huh? Yeah. Now I think we can just say public record story like this. Yeah, okay. So we know that a story has to have a title and an author. Copyright and chapter are optional. I think it's just as simple as this. Though I suppose we can rename this to Jensen models, because some of the easier stuff will probably be done this way. Yeah. Then we'll probably need to define an interface for a Jensen event too, but for now this will be fine. I don't know what I just did. I don't know, that was weird. Okay. So I guess this way what we're going to need to do is we're going to also need to write some exception material for missing children nodes, right? So fact void test file missing required children, no parse. Jensen reader is new. I think we just annotate with this. Oh, I don't want to represent something with UTF-16. Okay, hold on a minute. I need to figure out how that works. Line strings. No, that is it. Okay. I'm just being stupid. Well, I guess in this case we don't even need the thing, huh? No, we don't. That's fine. So let's just go through this again. Var exception is assert throws Jensen reader exception reader dot parse, and then assert equal Jensen reader exception dot missing required children exception dot message. Okay, that's obviously screaming at us because we haven't defined this yet. public static string. Missing required children is this. Timeline story. Okay. So that exists. Just gonna run this just to verify that this is gonna freak out. Freak out. No? Okay. Actual file has no Jensen header. What? But we have hold up. Okay. Time to debug. There we go. Okay. So let's run this specific test. Oh, I forgot to hit debug for you. Okay. Let's see what we actually get back in our document. Jensen node query, where list iterator. Okay, fine. Results view. Enumeration yielded no results. Oh. Interesting. Let's look at the locals. Document contains nodes. There is one cuddle node. Oh! Yeah, that explains a lot. So if I were to run you now, no exception was thrown. Yay! Great, so let's go back to you. Document Jensen node is Jensen node query dot first or default. Oh, we need a fine cuddle node. Cool. So then what we need to do is we just need to do the same thing. Right? So we just need to look at nodes for you. Jensen node dot children. Yep. And then we're just going to get the same information and then nodes. Yeah. Okay. So let's do that. Var required children query is from node in Jensen node dot children nodes where node dot identifier is either story or node.identifier is timeline. Select node. Now, if Jensen node query dot any, or not Jensen node query, required children query, you'll just throw this exception. Throw new Jensen reader exception. Jensen reader exception missing required children. And I forgot, we need to invoke the method. Okay, let's run our tests again. Meow. Is green. Is green. Okay. So to revisit this, we have name, authors. Oh, okay, so the format is slightly different here. Got it. Let's change that. Public record, story chapter, int chapter number, string chapter title. Okay, so we just need to change u then to be a story chapter. And then this should actually be a string array. And then we just need to change u to be authors instead. Right? Yes. Per the quote-unquote spec here. I don't like the alignment here. What the hell? Okay, fine. We got that. So we're gonna need to parse the story first, I think, since that'll be in here somewhere. Yeah, okay. Fact, public void test, missing story children, no parse. Just gonna repeat the same information. Okay, so let's first write that up. Public static string missing story children equals the story block is missing its required children. Name authors. Okay. So great. I'm just gonna run the test again just to verify that this is gonna still freak out. Freak out. Expected to close child node, but found EOF instead. Oh, because I forgot to. Yeah, that's my bad. Though I suppose we could add that as well, right? Yeah. Public Jensen reader exception string message. Yeah, okay. And then for that, I'm also just going to add a public static string cuddle reader error. Mint parser encountered an error. In the event that this happens, right? So assert equal exception message. Great. So we still need to implement this part. So we're not really doing anything in with this. So I suppose I could just do this. Yeah, okay. Jensen node is not null here. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be null because we defined it to be so here. Do you have a suggestion to fix that? Deference of a possibly null reference. Ugh. I wonder, C# guarantee not null? Getting so many random notifications. Oh, there we go. So we need, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move I'm gonna write a new method for this. Private Jensen story parse story, and then we're just going to put in a cuddle node, story node, like this. Are you missing an assembly reference? Node, story node is required children query dot where node identifier is story dot first, and then story metadata is parse story from node story node. Oh, this is outside the class, that's why. That would do it. It's the namespace thing that throws me off. Using jensen.net.models. Just so this is available at our disposal. And I think here we just actually call it story, not Jensen story. Yeah. Cool. I'm sure all you C# nerds are freaking out right now. Doesn't know what he's doing. Never knew what I was doing to begin with. That's what makes the stream fun. Okay. Var required children query, or data query equal from node in children.nodes where node.identifier is name, or node.identifier is authors, select node. Now, if there's nothing in here, throw this exception. Okay, and then we just need to say var name node is required metadata query where node.identifier is name dot first dot arguments first. That's a lot. For authors is this where node dot identifier is authors dot first dot arguments dot aggregate all. I forgot how we do this. Intersect, join, order by, select. Oh, that's how we do the selections. Okay. Singular default. Take last to array. Can I just say node like this? Oh, stop. Okay, this part I do not understand. So let's try this again. C# map to value. Do I really have to source generators? Do we really not have a thing for mapping? Has no built-in map type. I'm not talking about a hash map. Auto mapper. I guess this is probably where we'd have to what? Dot select. Value dot what? ToString. And then to list. Select many. What do you want? I don't understand. So do I just need to write another query? Maybe? Fine. Ah! Stop doing that. Please. Var authors query is require metadata query dot. No, don't do that. Can you please stop doing that? Cease. No. Oh, because I'm writing Swift, not Link. Okay, thank you. Where author dot type is cuddle string, select author Why do you do this? Seize. Good gravy. Story name. For now, I'm just passing an empty list. There is no argument to the required. Why is it required? Oh, I see. Right. No. No. What? Cannot convert. Ah! I'm just going to put a breakpoint here. Why do we even have this open? Huh? I'm losing my mind. Slowly losing my mind. Ugh. So I'm getting all these random notifications. Okay. I want to try. I mean, at least this part's passing, but I guess I accidentally moved on to the next step here. Void test. Get story. Test. Parse. Basic story. No, at this point, I think we actually do need a... And I'm just going to do a public partial class Jensen event for now. Just so we have something there. So then we can say public record. Jensen document like this. Story. Jensen event timeline. Like that. Just so we're happy. Because this should actually return back data. So let's do that. Public void. Jensen document parse. So we know that that's going to return a story. Return Jensen document. What? Shut up. Story, and then I'm just going to do an empty timeline for now. Story metadata. We good? Okay, I think we're good now. So, here we're going to want to do the basics. Jensen reader. Reader is new. This. At Jensen. Do that. Story. Name. Hello world. Oh. Oh, you're gonna be this picky now. Now how do we fix that? Like that? No. What is it that you want? C# multi-line string with quotes. Raw string literals. Cool. And then authors. Okay. Now we're going to say Jensen document equal reader dot parse. Okay. Now assert equals hello world to be document story title. Oh, the title is not null here. I gotta be a bit more careful then. Okay. Assert equal. Document story authors. And then we'll also just add an assert not null to that, just to be sure. Oh, we're getting double. So I guess we don't want two cuddle string? There's one overload. Two cuddle string. Cuddle print options? Perhaps. So let's take a look at that. Cuddle print options dot raw. Try that. No, we're still getting that. Huh. I'm just gonna do that. So I'm guessing we don't want the two cuddle string part here. I don't know what cuddle value is supposed to do. Right value? Two cuddle string? No, we don't want that. Maybe we just want two string. Oh no, maybe it overrides. No. Cuddle value. Okay, so we know that this is supposed to be a value. Right? Type. There's right. Dot to lower. I mean, I could do this. I feel like this is kind of cheating. What do you want? Empty character little. Yeah. That's the point. I don't understand why that's an issue. Okay, whatever. Ah! C's. The indentation problem is going to drive me bonkers. Can you please not? Why am I in insert mode? Why? Why do you do that? Ugh, fine. I'll do it that way. Does this please you? Returns the first element of sequence. So in this case, it's a cuddle value. So I need to know what this cuddle value type is. Public abstract class, string type, toCuddle string, right value. I don't know what that's supposed to tell me though. Okay, maybe I need to look for something inside of here. Doc.toCuddle string. Cadlet. So cuddle value, let's take a look, returns a string representation of the underlying value. Fine. T value get toCuddle string, writer.toString, overwritten in cuddle number, cuddle bool, and cuddle null to not use quotes. But why in the string version would you... That's dumb. Returns in which all of the... Oh, do I just pass null to that? I think I just passed null to that. Cannot convert to char. Fine. What do you want from me? Why do you not like that? A char was declared and initialized to a null. So how do we do an empty character? C# empty character? Why is this an issue? Closest you can get is the Unicode null character. It's getting confused. Okay, what if we just did that? No. Thank you. Okay. Don't need this. I didn't think you could just do that. Okay. Man, C# is weird. Blink. Okay. Collections differ. I think I may just need to write an override to this. So fine. Let's do that. So in here, Control-Shift-A, cuddle string override. I guess. I forgot how you do an extension method. Because I know it's weird. Extension methods. Thank you. Class, static void main. Right, okay, okay. Public static class cuddle value extensions, actually. Get rid of all that. Using Cadlet, yes. Thank you. Okay, so public static string to raw string. This cuddle value. Okay, now if value dot get type is not type of cuddle string, then we're just going to return value dot to cuddle string. Okay, return value to cuddle string dot replace with string dot empty. And then I'm just going to say like this. Okay, so now if we were to go back to you, you can change this part of the code here. So now we need to tell it to do the same thing here. And then can we just say authors query dot to array? Yes. And then we can remove the breakpoint because I don't think we need to actually debug it. I think I put that in there before I was like, oh wait, tests, duh. Yeah! Yeah! Also, I'm just going to rename this to be Cadlet extensions. And then in here, Cadlet extensions. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. But first, a minor break. Okay, we're back. Oh boy. I think what I also want to do here real quick, since we're back at it, I think I might as well write a method for public static cuddle node get node by name this cuddle node followed by string name, or I guess identifier. All right, so we can return node dot children dot select nodes select node dot identifier is identifier first true cuddle node dot identifier cannot be assigned to. Children may be null here. Children nodes into a new form. No, I think we're doing this wrong. Dot where. Yes. Dot first or default. That's what we want. Okay. Okay. Great. So then I guess we can try refactoring some of this around like this. Var name equals required metadata query dot get node. Oh? Node identifier name. Oh, do we want story node dot get cuddle node by identifier? Yeah. Name. Var name is this. And then just get rid of all that, because that's a little awkward. Boom. Story node. Cuddle node does not contain a definition for arguments dot first to raw cuddle string. And then we'll just make it an empty string. Yeah, okay. Great. So we can change this part to be story node dot get cuddle node by identifier authors dot run our tests again. It's just telling me that, okay? Cool. And then I think we successfully managed to determine, yes, okay. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, so we can change this, I think, as well, to be Jensen node dot get cuddle node by identifier story, like you. Yeah, okay, so that's simplifying a lot of the code. Cool. I like that. We're getting somewhere. Right, we're IOH 45. Yes, we're IOH 45. Okay. Oh, I'm stupid. I actually had the details here. Why am I referencing this old image? Yeah, I'm stupid, all right. I know we have a manifest thing, but I'll have to worry about that part later. Can I also define some constants in here? Yeah. Const string required Jensen children is must be constant. What if I just made this read only? Yeah, okay. Story, timeline. We haven't done manifest. We'll worry about manifest later. So I want to change this part now to be, this is going to drive me bonkers. Stop doing that, please. Okay. What did we call it? Required contains node.identifier. Wow, you read my mind. Read only string required story metadata is this name, authors. Where required story metadata contains node identifier. Read only string required story metadata is not null here. What? What do you mean? We declare this the exact same way as above. Also, I guess we can drop this line. So why did it work? I think I might be getting confused with another name. No? Okay. Oh, I know why. Remember, kids, statics go to static. Okay. Cool. So I guess from here we can, yeah, I think I will also do that as well. Private static guard children exist. Cuddle node string children names or identifiers. What do you return back actually? I enumerable. Actually, we're going to do bool. All right, so we're going to return var query is from node in node child, we'll do, in node dot children dot nodes where children identifiers contains child identifier, select child, return query dot any. So that means we don't have to be writing all these weird queries here. So we can say if guard children exist for required Jensen children, there's no argument that corresponds to right. Jensen node. And then this case we want to keep it. It's this one that we want to do it for. Okay. Guard children exist. Storing node, required, storing metadata. Thank you. Okay, great. So this cleans up nicely. Do you get an outline in these? Oh, the outline appears in there. That's kind of cool. I like that. Okay. Great. I'm just gonna run that. Okay. Man, we've been running this stream for a while now. Hoo-wee. Oh, I was in the middle of writing a commit message. Ha! Parse basic story data. Commit push. I really need to find a way to get that SSH key thing to do its thing. I'll worry about that later. I wonder, are we still actually even connecting these? I don't think so. Oh, status should be in progress. We had been in progress for a while. Yeah. Whoopsies. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Jensen reader tests. So, let's write another test. Fact. Public void test parse full story. And I'm just gonna copy this like this. Chapter 1. Name is copyright okay. Now we're just going to do the same thing here. Equal story chapter 1 new. Or I guess what we can do is one to be document story chapter number, and then assert equal chapter title. And then in this case, this test should fail because we didn't supply that data, at least not yet. Yeah. Kaboing. Kaboing, kaboing. Okay. We're getting close. I mean, I thought I would have been fumbling a lot more. So let's see here. If, what the hell? If story node dot get cuddle node by identifier story is not equal to null. Well, actually, let's do this. Var chapter node is story node dot get cuddle node by identifier chapter. And then we say if chapter node is not null, then we do something. Var chapter story chapter Swift code again. Good gravy. Okay. Now we're going to do a private story chapter parse chapter. Now it's going to complain cuddle node chapter is private static. Yeah, there we go. Parse chapter node. And I'm just going to call this from node. Oh, not all code paths return a value. Well, duh, I haven't finished writing it yet.
Get so picky. Get so picky.
Okay. String. New for now. Int, okay, and then we're just going to do chapter number, chapter title, okay, fine. So can we say node dot properties? Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. I think we call it title, right? Name. Okay, okay. Chapter title is node.properties name dot to raw cuddle string. Whoa. Nah! Thank you. 0. Okay. If node dot arguments 0 is not null, chapter number becomes node arguments 0 dot 2 raw cuddle string to part no. Yeah, there we go. Good lord. I think half of the time I'm just fighting with Visual Studio. Okay. Then I think that works. Okay. One more check. Node dot arguments 0 dot get type is type of cuddle then we'll just leave it as that. Okay, great. Though I'm going to add a to-do here. To-do, check that the first arg is actually a number. There's probably a way to do it. I'm just not remembering this off the top of my head. Nah. This is going to drive me bonkers. I need to know. Node dot arguments 0 dot type is cuddle value. Huh? What are you? Type is cuddle value dot type. Right? Okay, give me a second. I need to look this up. Cadlet. So what do you do when you do type? Type, type. Including the type annotation. Okay. Here's where I probably want to put a debug point, because I want to know what exactly the type is going to be here. So, I don't know what these freaking arrows are. Okay, give me a moment. I think it's this VSVim thing. Disable. Your changes are scheduled. Modifications will begin when Visual Studio is closed. Fine. Do as I say. Get it? I didn't see anything else pop up. So I hope so. A little load now. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, there's no thing at the bottom anymore. Okay. break point. Why can I not? There we go. Settings. What can I do here? Actions. I have to play around with that a bit more. Okay, test explore. Let's run test parse full story. Debug. I want to see what we get out of that. Okay. So we have a node, chapter number. Okay, so the node, this is what we want to look at. Arguments. 0 has exponent, type null, value. Huh, okay. So Cadlet doesn't actually differentiate. So then what we need then is int is try parse converts. A return value indicates whether the conversion succeeded. Yeah. Node dot arguments 0 dot to raw cuddle string. Whoops. Right? Okay. So what do you actually return back? Bool? No overload. Read only span 8 overloads. If int out n. Well, I don't want to do that. Okay. Out chapter number. Becomes chapter number value. Line's a little long, but oh well. Okay. I think I'm going to also write another test for that just to be sure. Fact. Void test parse full story missing chapter number. Plink. Index was out of range. Okay, great. So then that means node arguments any. So we'll do that. Cool. That works. Parse chapters. Okay. Okay, that's gonna drive me bonkers. Give me a second. This seems a little complicated. Okay, now you're just going to keep including VS Code. Ay, ay, ay. Visual Studio 2022, get SSH. Stop asking for password. Apparently I can't spell there, but fine. Keeps asking for get credentials. Okay. I see. Okay, hopefully we get something. Initiating push. Okay, so it looks like I just needed to point it to the right thing. Cool. Me likey. So that should be one less problem. Oh man. We've done a lot. I think maybe this is where I want to end the stream. I know I wanted to finish the whole package by today, but we already spent a lot just working on this, and my brain is kind of starting to go a little nuts. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, license headers. Right. Because I forgot that we needed them here. And license headers. Oh, brilliant. I don't have to worry about the SSH thing anymore. Woo! Okay. Yeah, so I think that is where we're ending it for today. Thank you all to those that have joined. Next week, we're just going to pick this right back up and hope we can keep this migration going. Maybe get some actual game development in. That'd be nice. In any case, if you like what you were seeing, feel free to like and then tune in next week because I'll probably be doing this again. Have a good one.